Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading for the month of December 2020 going into January 2021. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It is for the sign of Gemini, obviously, Sun, Moon and Rising. And just a very quick apology, Gemini, I'm sorry I am not actually in the video, but sadly my laptop has recently died. And I'm working on a borrowed one, so I need to make these videos for this month as simple as they can be, but hopefully the message will resonate and it will be enough for you to stay with me. Okay Gemini, so I've got your cards in front of me already since I only read jumpers and sometimes it takes quite a while for them to jump out. I don't like to pick the cards myself. I always just wait for tarot to give me all of the answers. So for your first card, your main energy, you've got the Two of Swords. For your potential obstacles, you've got the Ace of Cups. For your how to overcome it, you've got the Hermit card. For your past position, you've got the Queen of Wands. And for your future position, you've got the Six of Pentacles. Now you've also got 4 more extra cards. It's in my what you need to hear right now, that's why I call it position. And you've got the Page of Swords, you've got the Ace of Wands, you've got the Ten of Wands, and you have the Hermit showing up here again. I've also got a few oracle cards for you, Gemini, but I'm going to talk about them in detail at the end of the reading. Okay, Gemini, so at your center position, you've got the Two of Swords. So it seems to me like you've got a decision to make here, but you're quite indecisive about it. You'll be standing at a crossroads in December going into January. I think you're avoiding it as well, having to make that choice. It looks like you don't have all of the information because in the card, the woman is blindfolded. She doesn't know everything. She can't see everything what surrounds her. Maybe you're hoping that if you wait for long enough, the decision will be made for you. With the Ace of Cups here, it seems like those are some heavy emotions. I think plenty of heavy emotions are involved in this choice. It could be that you have to make a decision in love, possibly, because cups are emotions, they pertain to love, or maybe you have to make a decision about your relationships, or maybe a choice between 2 people. Or, if it's not that, it's still a choice that is affecting you heavily, affecting you emotionally a lot. Maybe that's why you're resisting, because either option, either choice will make someone unhappy. Now you need to wait a little bit, Gemini, I think, because you have the Page of Swords over here, which is telling me that there will be a delayed message finally coming in for you in the next few weeks, and I think that this message might make things clearer for you and help you make a choice. With the Ace of Cups in this particular position, you might be avoiding thinking about some situations because you're scared that if you allow yourself to feel all of the feels, the rest of your unaddressed emotions will pour out with destructive intensity. But it's the only way to go forward, Gemini. I think with this Hermit here, in the how to overcome it position, you know how people sometimes advise to not overthink a situation? Well, I think that in this case you actually should overthink a little bit, Gemini, because the Hermit shows up twice here. So it's time to go on an inward journey. I'm really getting two separate scenarios here, since this is a general read. So you're either thinking about a person here and your relationship that you are in, or you are assessing yourself. Now, some unpleasant thoughts might have come up recently, and you know you will have to address them at some point. Either way, it's left you very, very emotional with this Ace of Cups. But what you have to do with the Hermit card is you have to retreat into the dark, alone and unafraid. Shine some light the way he does in the card. Shine some light on the most uncomfortable places. Reveal secrets and unresolved fears. It might not resonate with everyone, but you might have been meditating a lot recently, and you have uncovered some uncomfortable truths through that process. I feel the need to tell you to keep going, Gemini, with all of the overthinking, because you've gone so far now that you can't just leave it halfway. That would be like messing around with an old wound and then just leaving it opened and unprotected. So work through it all. I've done a few readings so far, and the energy is heavily introspective for everyone, which doesn't surprise me. As I've said before, it's the end of the year. We like to assess how far we've come and what needs to be altered in this upcoming year. Now, with the Queen of Wands in the past position, if there's been any drama around you recently, Gemini, analyze whether you play into harmful dynamics. We can hurt others when we are feeling pain ourselves. So the fact that you are in this state can be affecting people around you. So you need to work through all of this. But it can also be the other way around. Just because people have issues with themselves, they might be hurting you. But also, take your time with this new journey of inner discovery, Gemini, and don't let anyone pressure you into making this Two of Swords choice prematurely. It seems to me that you will be highly, highly intuitive at this time, and you'll come to make sense of all the emotions that are overflowing right now. You do have amazing emotional intelligence anyway. So, yeah, it's so great sometimes that all the feels overwhelm you sometimes, Gemini. But you know what? Just let them overwhelm you. Let them take over you like a wave. Flow with them and see where they take you. And this Queen here in this position calls for authenticity. So in your where to focus instead, which is also the future position, you've got the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of balanced giving and receiving, and I feel like this isn't really a redirect your energy position in this particular reading. I intuitively feel like this shows where you come out on the other side. Once you emerge from this deep introspective journey with this Hermit here, this is where you will be at. You may have a better understanding of where your boundaries should lie, Gemini. You'll finally know how to keep your life balanced. This card also tells me that if you need help, you shouldn't be afraid to ask for it. You might want to consider reaching out to a specialist, because you've got two Hermits here, and those cards can often signify the presence of a therapist, the need to see a therapist. So yeah, if it all becomes too much at some point, reach out for help, Gemini. I feel like the Page of Swords in this position is nothing more than a messenger, and it brings some delayed news. And as I've mentioned, those news might bring clarity to whatever's going on over here in the beginning, especially since swords do mean clarity as well. So the last two cards we've got here are the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands. And I feel compelled to read them together as one, since they are from the same suit and they both signify things that are closely connected, because tens are endings while aces are new beginnings. So the suit of Wands signifies willpower, creativity, passion, inspiration and energy. The Ten of Wands is a very, very heavy load, and I love to see these two cards together here in regards to the rest of the reading, because it tells me that this emotional burden over here, whatever it was, this Ace of Cups in that position, this burden that you've been carrying for so long, it gets released in December, maybe early in January, and you're ready to start something new. I feel like possibly because this heavy veil is lifted now, your creativity might come back and benefit from all of that as well. And, you know, you'll just be able to think more clearly in general. And something I always like to mention when I see the Ten of Wands: keep going, Gemini, because you're almost there. Yes, it's harrowing, but look at the card. His destination is in sight now. There's a tiny little town in the background. He can already see it. He's almost there. So at some point here in the beginning, you might feel like giving up. Don't. Yeah. So that's it for your tarot card, Gemini. And your first oracle card is Wonders. And the card, yeah, it's got an image of a quartz crystal here. So this might be your helpful crystal in the month of December, early in January. Only if you believe in that, of course. But anyway, the Egyptians believed quartz had mystical healing abilities and would bury their dead with a piece of crystal on their forehead. The Greek and Romans believed crystals were solid ice that had been formed by the gods and thus had mythical powers. What the card wants you to know is that just around the corner, exciting possibilities are waiting for you. Wonders will be abounding in your life, Gemini. Sometimes they won't be apparent at first, but nevertheless, they are there. The more you see them and embrace them, the more these possibilities will grow in magnitude. So celebrate and cherish even the smaller ones, no matter how tiny they may seem. Let go of expectations. Don't limit the way that you think that wondrous events could appear in your life. Be open, and if you believe, anything and everything is possible. And for your second oracle card, you've got Get Grounded. So let me just have a quick look at the booklet here. And yeah, Gemini, you are being called to get grounded. Ensure that your luminous field is clear and your inner well is full. If you're not grounded, it is all too easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. Your boundaries will become blurred as you are absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. Yeah, it does feel to me like plenty of Geminis could be empaths, highly sensitive people. Yeah. Well, if you pull this card, you are very likely an empath or a highly sensitive person and need time alone to fill up your well, balance your energy, and get grounded. There are two types of people: those who draw their energy from others and those who draw their energy from within. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well is being replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, but like all powers, it needs to be nurtured in order to be fulfilled. It's easy to get swept up in the high frequency energies that are swirling around the planet. Yep, confirm that, especially right now. The quickest and most effective way of clearing all of this from your field is to ground yourself by connecting with Mother Earth. There are many ways to get grounded. One of the most powerful ones is to practice earthing by connecting to the power of Mother Earth. Spend time in nature, put your hands on a tree, or walk barefoot on the earth. Well, the last one might be a bit difficult right now, Gemini. If you're in the part of the world that's about to go into winter. But yeah, this oracle card makes a lot of sense actually in regards to the reading. So if you're in a journey with this Hermit card, it becomes overwhelming. Do what this oracle card says. You can never go wrong with a little bit of nature. And for your final message, Gemini, you've got the Heaven Earth card from the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. But since the meanings of these cards are quite different to the original tarot deck, let me just help myself a little bit with a booklet here, because I wouldn't want to give you the wrong message. Okay, so the 11 of Earth is a balancing and realignment card. It suggests that it is now time to keep yourself centered and in harmony with the world around you by banishing the illusion of separation. You are a spiritual being, a soul living in a physical body in order to experience and learn from life. You are here to learn from those experiences in order to grow and evolve. It is important to integrate and ground your belief in a higher power or the intangible here on the physical plane. Know that spirit, the divine, dwells in all things of earth, sky, and water. Honor spirit here on earth. To be spiritual does not necessarily require that you pray or follow a particular religious path. Spirituality is about connection. It is about taking a moment to watch a sunrise or sunset and to know at your center that you are part of something larger than your own life. It is about believing in more than what your senses experience. It is about believing in the mysterious, inexplicable, and unknowable. It's about nurturing and honoring your personal relationships with the land beneath your feet and the heavens above. Yep, that's exactly what we've just been talking about with the other oracle card. So there you go, another confirmation for you. I think that there's quite a lot of messages for you coming through, Gemini, about just connecting with nature. I feel like whatever you're going through right now, that's gonna help a lot. Don't forget that. It is also important to see that magic exists in all and everything. For example, the mundane act of house cleaning can shift and alter the energy within the house and transform the environment in which you dwell. This act has an influence beyond the space around you. It affects your emotional and mental state as well, as a cluttered and disorganized house or workspace can give rise to a cluttered and disorganized mind that is unable to focus. So yeah, there you go, Gemini. I feel like this is another tiny practical tip from the cards, just telling you to keep your home space nice and tidy, because that will somehow maybe make you calmer. Okay, so these are all of your messages for the month of December going into January. Thank you for listening, Gemini. I hope this resonated. If it did, please leave a thumbs up, because these are one of my first readings and it would be lovely to know that I'm doing maybe something right. Thank you once again, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.